If you've ever played an MMO before, you've probably had the universal experience of getting kicked out of a party because someone with a higher gear score was interested in joining. Or you get kicked because you don't have hands. Not in the literal sense, but where it counts. The heart. With the global release of Blue Protocol Star Resonance fast approaching, I wanted to give you guys some tips to hopefully help you avoid that situation as often as possible, while also giving you the most comfortable start to your account. That being said, my first tip is to honestly try and just focus on one class and specialization for a while. While, yes, the game does let you play every class on the same character, there are some important things to keep in mind for why it's actually not that great in practice. For starters, to unlock a new class, you'll need a material called Hero's Radiance that you get one of for free. In order to get more, you'll actually need to spend 680 bound rose orbs in the shop, which means you're either using the currency you get from opening chests and completing challenges, or you're spending about $11 USD to unlock a new class. Of course, keeping in mind there is no $11 bundle, so you'd probably be buying $15 worth of rose orbs if you went that route. Beyond that, the materials to level up your skills are mainly obtained through your dailies and weeklies, which means you'll quickly reach a bottleneck on skill books where you won't be able to level up your important skills. Those skill levels can directly impact your combat power, which can affect how easily you'll be able to join those parties for dungeons. My second tip is to try not to let your dailies overcap. Now, this doesn't mean you have to FOMO and log in every day for dailies. For context, you get 400 life skill energy every day, and you can hold up to 2,000. You also get 2 elite mob and 2 field boss keys a day with a cap of 6. All in all, just try to use those resources before they reach their cap so that you can continue to accumulate the time-gated resources for Imagine crafting, weapon enhancements, and skill enhancements. The third tip is to use the gear enhancement systems. Sounds obvious, right? But let me explain. In Blue Protocol Star Resonance, the enhancement systems of reforging and refining are unlocked before you get what would be considered your best in slot gear. However, these systems can also fully refund you if you're upgrading to a new piece of gear. For reforging, this looks like dismantling the old piece of gear and getting the reforging stones back. And for refining, the upgrades that you're getting are for the gear slots themselves, so you can switch out the actual equipped gear in that slot and still keep the benefits. All this being said, utilizing these systems early will help you get the combat power edge to make your dungeon runs that much smoother. My fourth tip is going to be a little bit more meta, in that it's don't burn yourself out in the first few weeks. If you don't know, the dungeons, the story, even the level cap is going to be time-gated in real life. For instance, the first day, I want to say the level cap's going to be about level 24, and you'll only have access to the first dungeon. Then, as actual real-life days pass, you'll have access to the rest of the game's story and systems. Now, in my personal opinion, this isn't great, and I'm sure for a lot of people this is going to be a pretty big turnoff, but I'd encourage you to just think of it almost as mini patches every day, and in the meantime, try not to burn yourself out running the same dungeon 50 times in one day. There's a lot of chests in the open world to grab, so once you get your level 40 gold gear, that might be a better use of your time. There's also all of the side activities that are already included in the game, such as decorating your homestead, fishing, hanging out with the guildies. There's a surprising amount of content for a brand new MMO. My fifth tip is to make sure you're checking your side quest list every day. While you get some talent points every few levels, a large chunk of them are actually locked behind the class trials and Arona side quests. For the class trials, these function like in-game tutorials on how to play either a DPS, healer, or tank, depending on what class you're currently playing. And, like the rest of the systems, these are unlocked in waves as real-life days go by. However, every 3 stages you complete will net you some talent points for you to use. On the other hand, Irona side quests are locked behind level thresholds, and they'll have you venturing out to hunt 50 of a specific mob and then an elite mob. Once you do that, you'll be able to cash in the side quest for more talent points. For the first week or so, you could probably expect to have each of these available every day, and after that, they'll start to be spaced out more and more. Now, as a thanks for making it this far, I'll throw in a little freebie while I'm at it. Don't feel pressured to optimize the fun out of the game. Now, let me explain. For many of you, this might be the first MMO you're playing, and if you don't know, MMO players, myself included, are pretty notorious for trying to optimize everything. Class rotations, dungeon pathing, anything that can be put into a spreadsheet will be put in a spreadsheet. And that's not to discredit the people who do find that playstyle fun. I have a lot of respect for you guys. I'm just saying, for the average person, trying to optimize everything all the time will burn you out. So I'm telling you, just enjoy the journey. Take your time, smell the roses, and pet the dogs because you actually can. It's so exciting for an actual anime MMO to finally be coming out, and I'm excited to see you guys there for the global release. As always, thanks so much for watching and subscribe to stay up to date for the next video. Let me know in the comments what games you guys are playing as you're waiting for the global release, and most importantly, have a blessed day.